In the heart of Asaba, a city in Delta Nigeria, lived a young man named Chukwudi. He runs an automobile and auto repair business ranking in millions of naira, but he wasn't always like this. Let's go back to a few years ago. Chukwudi was a bright and intelligent boy, but he struggled with academics. He found it difficult to concentrate in class, and he often had trouble understanding the lessons. Different teachers have been assigned to teach Chukwudi privately, but the more they teach him, the more confused he becomes. At his age, he doesn't know how to read or write. Everyone in the school laughs at Chukwudi at the end of every term because his results are always bad. The dullest student in his school calls Chukwudi dull. He would never do better to meet up with anyone in his class. This public disgrace and mockery made Chukwudi to try everything possible to understand, but his efforts were always coming out unfruitful. Despite his struggles, Chukwudi's parents were determined for him to succeed in school. They pushed him hard, and they often punished him when he came back home with low grades. Chukwudi was becoming increasingly frustrated. He felt like a failure, and he was beginning to lose hope. He tried his best to study, but nothing seemed to work. Even though Chukwudi struggled in school, he was very good in other areas. He had a natural talent for trades and business. He could fix anything, from broken appliances to cars. This made his parents more embarrassed because they saw his talent as a thing of the past century. Chidi was also a skilled negotiator and salesman. Since his parents doesn't allow him do anything outside school, he would branch at the market on his way back from school to help an old widow. Everyone in the market were always amazed of how he sells products diligently and attend to customers with smile. This attracted a lot of customers to the widow's shop. He even loves to follow his mother to the market to help her negotiate properly because he feels the mother pays for products that aren't worth the price. His mother sees it as an embarrassment. She always chases him back or sneaks out of the house to the market. It was obvious Chukwudi has a fruitful talent, but because Chukwudi's parents were more focused on his academic achievements, they made him go to school. Even when he became an adult, they made him stay in the same class with children just to fulfill their selfish desires. They always tell him that whatever talent he has is unimportant and unnecessary. One day, the school introduced a new English teacher to everyone. His name was Mr. Okafor. He was assigned to teach every class in the school. Anytime he comes to Chukwudi's class, he finds out that Chukwudi will listen with full concentration, but when it comes to questions and assignments, he will fail woefully. Mr. Okafor decided to get more details from his colleagues, but they only laughed and told him to take his mind off helping him because Chukwudi's brain isn't meant for academics. Mr. Okafor became more observant. He noticed that Chukwudi was struggling. He took the time to talk to Chukwudi and try to understand his difficulties. But Mr. Okafor later realized that Chukwudi had a learning disability. He promised to visit his parents to give them the best solution. One Saturday morning, Mr. Okafor visited Chukwudi's parents and recommended them to consider sending him to a vocational school. At first, Chukwudi's parents refused. They were worried that sending him to a vocational school would be a setback. But Mr. Okafor explained to them that his sister suffered the same predicament and now she is very successful. He went further to explain that this set of people might not be good with academics but will be extremely excellent in something else. He advised them to find out what Chukwudi is good at and register him in a vocational school. That was when Chukwudi's parents opened up to Mr. Okafor that Chukwudi is very good at fixing things, negotiation and sales. Mr. Okafor went ahead to plead on behalf of Chukwudi. He assured them that if they don't want their son to waste all his life in primary school, they should take his advice, and they can also neglect it if they don't want the good of their son. After talking with them, he stood up and left. Throughout the day, Chukwudi's parents stayed at home watching Chukwudi from after doing his regular fixing, that even they decided to meditate on Mr. Okafor's advice and concluded to give it a try. Chukwudi was enrolled in a vocational school that specializes in automotive repair. That was how he left his town and went to Asaba. At first he was shy to show what he could do because of his bad English plus the environment and everything was strange to him. But the whole phobia left him after 1 week because he found out that no one was laughing at him or judging him. That was when Chukwudi activated his joyful and skilled spirit. He was natural at the work, and that made him the best in the school. He was surprised how he was the best even with his bad English, but that doesn't matter because everyone loved and valued him because he was quick to learn and easily put anyone who was struggling to learn through. This made Chukwudi quickly excel with ease. When his parents visited him, they were ready to get bad reviews from their son, but they got good reviews from the school. They were amazed and happy at the same time. After all, everyone loved him in the village for his talent. Chukwudi graduated from the vocational school as the best. He opened his own automobile and auto repair shop in Asaba, and it was a huge success. He didn't have much struggle with growth because he is a good salesman and negotiator, plus as the best graduating student, the vocational school connected him with the right companies, making his journey easier than it should be. Chukwudi's parents were amazed by his success. They realized that they had made a mistake in pushing him so hard to excel in academics. When Chukwudi visited his parents for the first time after starting up his business, his parents were surprised to see Chukwudi speak an average good English without errors. How come? His parents echoed together, but Chukwudi replied then with a wide smile. Actually, here was what happened. Chukwudi got a lot of workers and 90% of them were graduates, so they calmly chip in corrections whenever Chukwudi drops a bad English. Chukwudi will smile and repeat after them, and with time he starts getting used to their correction, which sunk into his brain. Chukwudi was very teachable. His kindness and humility gave his workers the guts to start chipping in corrections. He was perfect, but he can speak for himself anywhere without using the popular pidgin England in Nigeria. Chukwudi's story became an inspiration to many young people who were struggling in school. He showed them that education is beyond the four walls of a school. It was possible to succeed in life, even if you didn't have the regular or popular education. So, are you good at something? What is stopping you from taking action? Don't forget that school is not education, it's a means to educate people. Like and subscribe for more interesting and educating stories like this. Thank you.